All right, so today we're going to talk about the future of shopping, but not the part you actually see. We're going to pull back the curtain and look at the invisible engine, the hidden plumbing that's going to let our AI assistants actually buy stuff for us in the real world. I mean, it sounds so simple, right? You just tell your AI, hey, order me a large pepperoni pizza. But stop and think for a second about what really has to happen. The AI can't just, call up the pizza place. It has to know what's on the menu, it has to check the price, see if pepperoni is even in stock, place the order, handle the payment. So how on earth does it do all of that? And that question, right there, brings us to our first big idea: AI agents finally meeting the world of commerce. See, we're moving past just asking an AI a question. We wanted to execute complex tasks, like, a real transaction. And for that to happen, it absolutely needs a way to plug directly into the business world. So here's the thing, and this is the crucial point. An AI can't just browse a website the way you and I do. No way. It needs a really structured way to communicate. It needs to speak like a universal language of commerce, a language that lets it understand products and prices and inventory without just getting totally confused. Okay, so that brings us to the solution. We're going to go inside what's called the operational core. And a great way to think about this is like the central nervous system of an online business. It's that single point of contact that organizes all the messy, complicated stuff that goes into running a store. Right, the technical term for this whole thing is a commerce backend. And essentially, it's a system that takes all the core functions of a business. We're talking inventory, orders, all that stuff, and it just packages them up really neatly. This is what allows another program, like our AI agent, to come in and easily access and control everything. And here's a look at how that flow actually works in practice. First, the AI agent makes a simple request, right? Then, the operational core jumps in and acts like a universal translator. It converts that request into actions that the store's own internal systems can understand. It's that critical middleman that makes the whole thing possible. Now, this is where the simplification gets really powerful. Instead of trying to connect to dozens of complex, different systems, the AI only needs to speak one language. A single API handles the 5 most critical functions: products, pricing, inventory, and orders. And it also uses something called webhooks. Don't worry about the term, they're just automated messages that give you updates, like when your order has shipped. Okay, so now we get what this operational core is. But how does a developer actually get access to it and start using it? Well, the key, and this is a big one, is automation. Just look at this automated flow. The second a payment goes through Stripe, a whole chain reaction is triggered. A secure, isolated space, you can think of it like a private digital room or a tenant, is instantly created for the user. Then an API key, which is basically just a digital password, is generated, and a welcome email gets sent out. The whole thing is completely hands-off and instantaneous. And managing that access is just as clean. The API key works for as long as the subscription is paid, but the moment that period ends, boom, access is automatically and safely suspended. The whole process is clean, it's predictable, and because there's no manual work, there's no room for security gaps. And this system is built for serious real-world operations. It has all the crucial safeguards baked right in. You've got multi-tenant isolation, which keeps every user's data separate and totally secure. You have rate limits and quotas to prevent abuse and keep the whole system stable. And, of course, reliable webhooks to make sure you never miss a critical update. So, why does any of this technical detail actually matter? Well, let's look at the real-world impact. We're going to compare the old way of doing things to this new streamlined approach. And I think this is where the true value becomes absolutely crystal clear. So on the left, you've got the before, and honestly, it's just manual chaos. Every single system needed its own custom, fragile, and super expensive integration. It was risky and it was slow. But then, on the right, you have the after, this clean, automated flow. Just one single point of connection that drastically speeds everything up and massively lowers the risk. And really, it all boils down to this: taking 5 incredibly complex and messy systems and just unifying them into one clean, manageable API. And that really brings us to the main takeaway. This shift from manual chaos to an automated flow, it isn't just a nice to have. It is absolutely essential for the next generation of AI-driven commerce to even work at scale. I mean, this is the kind of plumbing that could level the playing field, letting smaller shops compete with the giants by just plugging into the AI ecosystem.
So I'll leave you with this one thought. We started this whole thing by talking about ordering a pizza, right? But this is so much bigger than that. If a standardized backend can let AI seamlessly run all of commerce, what other complex parts of our world is it going to run next?